Hey there, Saber fans, Levi here, and welcome to the Seeker Saber Owner's Guide. Today we're going to take a look at the Seeker and everything you need to know about this saber. So open the box, you're going to find, this is our QR code to find this instructional video. You've probably already found that. This is the tool you're going to need to get the chassis out. You've got a charger in here, and these are the Allen keys you're going to be using. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be using these instead, but here's yours right here in this bag. And here it is. Take that protective foam off the Seeker in all of its glory. So, to get into the saber, there's going to be two screws that you're going to have to undo. You're going to take your 2mm driver, or the bigger one, and the two screws are going to be located right here and right here. One of these screws retains this ring on the inside, and the other one retains the blade. So let's go ahead and undo the top one, which will undo the blade. If you're still having some trouble getting the blade plug out, maybe loosen both of them a little bit. So here, I've removed both the blade plug, and then this is the inner sleeve. This piece is going to be required to take out to get the chassis in and out. So set that to the side for right now. Also, when you're taking the chassis in and out, I recommend doing it from the same side. I like doing it from this side to the side with the trigger on it. So I've removed the sleeve. I'm going to find my tool, the Seeker Assister. Here, let me get the blade plug out on the other side. Loosen that other one just a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to use this from the other side to gently push until you see the chassis is coming out on the other side. Then I'll take that, put it to the side, grab here, and there's the chassis. Pretty simple chassis. We've got one battery powering two boards, two sides. Here's our kill switch. Go ahead and flip that on. There you go. So when putting the chassis back in, I simply align the buttons. You've got these three buttons and these three buttons here. And put it back in the top. Now make sure you line it up properly, and then just take your time with it, getting it back into place. There's quite a few screws and things on the inside here that you have to work around when you're putting the chassis down, so taking your time will prevent you from damaging your chassis in any way. So back to this sleeve. To retain the chassis, you're going to need this sleeve. And the sleeve is retained by this lower screw, and then you can see this hole here is where the blade retention screw passes through. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this hole's on the same side as the screw. I'm going to slide down just like that, and then tighten these back up. Now I want to warn you, if you tighten this one too tight, you'll actually oval that sleeve on the inside, and it'll be too hard to get a blade down in there. So just clamp it down as much as you need till you can feel some resistance, and you don't need to go much more than that. And you can go ahead and insert your blade, and then tighten that top screw. And there it is. Quick little note on the button configuration. You've got a big button here, that's going to be the ignition for this side. And you've got the trigger, which is the ignition for this side. And then you've got these two buttons, which are the second, or the auxiliary buttons for these two sides. These two going up here, this bottom one, and this one for down here. Go ahead and take that blade out. Now, if you wanted to do the full circle configuration, it's very simple. You're just going to need the smaller of the two Allen keys that are in this bag here. So I have this one, it's 1.5mm driver. You're going to remove this screw right here, and this screw right here. And then very gently work it. So the actual saber design, the rings aren't actually perfectly parallel. They're actually kind of at a curve. So you'll notice that it will line up slightly, kind of like a bent half circle like that. That's how it's intended to be. You find the 2 second set of holes here, and then you just simply replace the 2 screws. And then you have the full circle configuration. Just like that. And that's pretty much everything you need to know for owning the Seeker. Really appreciate you guys and your patience with this one. Hope you enjoy this saber, and I'll see you guys in the next time.